Välkomna alla som inte var här under första sessionen. Nu kör vi snabbt vidare med 4 nya spännande bolag. And this presentation will be held in English because the main speaker is not in this room. He's in Toronto just right now. So we would like to welcome Ali, and we are supposed to get you on the screen very soon. Ali Amidian, you see him in the screen there. Hi, Ali.
Hello. Hey, allihopa.
Ali is the CEO of Heliospectra, and we also have
Hans Ness.
Hans Ness, sorry, the CFO of Heliospectra, and they will together present Heliospectra. And Ali, you have 15 minutes to present, and after that we will have a roughly 5 minutes Q&A. So the floor is yours.
Excellent. Very good. So welcome everybody, and thanks for this opportunity. I'm presenting to Heliospectra. We are providing LED lighting solution for greenhouses and indoor growing for food and different type of crops. And we are the only company that having the full solution, which I'm going to explain to you, the fully integrated solution, including control and automation as well as the lighting. To start with, I would like to just make sure that the drivers behind this is that the population is growing. In 2050, we're going to have 9.7 billion people living in this world, which requires another 70% increase in the food production. And also on top of that, there's a lot of urbanization happening. I mean, increased urbanization is one of the other drivers that is actually really putting us in the position to just bring up with some sort of solution to just really help to grow the crops where actually the crops and the food is consumed. So as you can see, 68% of the world population in 2050 going to live in urban areas. And if you look at like countries like Brazil, they're already living more than 80% in urban areas. And this trend is happening. So we would like to just produce food where it is consumed. So when it comes to Heliospectra, as I said, we are a global company. We are producing and we are offering a smart LED lighting solution. So our solution is actually designed for, as you can see on your left side, on the commercial greenhouses where you can produce cucumber, tomatoes, lettuce, different type of crops. On the second one also, we have a specific solution for indoor grow facilities, which is mainly these facilities today is used for production of medical cannabis. On the vertical farming, where you can grow in shelves and you really use the space in the much more efficient way. And of course, we have the largest market share because of the quality of the product that we have. We have the largest market share in the research and agtech. Research mainly at universities, but agtech, we are talking about large corporate like Syngenta, Dow, that are working with the agriculture technology. So basically what we do in Heliospectra, when we are offering our solution to our customers, these are the 4 value propositions that we are offering our customers as well, which is all contribute to the bottom line result for our customers, as well as a much higher quality crop. Number 1, increased yield. On the increased yield, we have done due to the choosing the right light spectrum and also right schedule and the strategy throughout the day. So basically, waking up the plants in the morning with a specific light, and then during the day and during the afternoon, we are making sure that we can increase yield. For example, we have one of our installation in Arizona, which is actually everybody think that it's full of light. We could actually double up the production of tomato. We can work with the same method in accelerating the harvest. Means that we can shave off some of those time for harvesting, making sure that make sure that the crops receive the right spectrum of light and the right quantity of light at the right time of the day. That is actually what we did during the last 13 years where the company exists. We have done more than 1,500 basically right strategies, making sure that for each specific crops, what is the specific spectrum of light and what is the quantity of light needed at what time of the day, basically. We can further improve quality. Quality when it comes to the food crops, we're talking about flavors, we're talking about shelf life, we're talking about the look and feel. For example, we can produce arugula Swedish rucool, the crop, which it tastes like Italian arugula in Sweden, and in the same production line can produce arugula which tastes like Swedish arugula with a different type of light strategy. Same seed, same production with a different type of flavors. We can produce crop with a different shapes, different kind of morphology. Means that when you put them in the sleeves, you can see them in the ETA. We can stretch the crop, so feed those sleeves. And also we can have the same crop much more bushier for better presentation and better use. Last but not least, which is our unique value proposition for customers. None of our competitors in the market can offer such a thing. It's actually controlling the consistency. It means that the consistency of the product, the tomato you get in the winter is going to be the same quality, same taste, same flavor that the quality in the summer in the greenhouse, but also consistency of the production. So based on the demand out in the market, we can actually manipulate and work. So we just produce just enough to just send the product to the market. This value proposition, especially for the food producers, is very important because they can, normally they can just go directly to the retailer and start to kind of giving the production forecast. With the medical production like cannabis, they will make sure that the amount of THC, CBD will be consistent throughout the production, throughout the year. And by that, they can optimize their production and also reducing their operation costs. So if I just make it in a very simple, so basically we have three solutions. At number one is the lighting. You can see that we have lighting for greenhouse, and over here, we have lighting for basically vertical farming setups. We have light control system. This box over here, which is our control system, which is called Heliocore. With the sensor technology that we have on different places in the greenhouse, we can control and make sure that regardless of whatever happened with the sun exposure in the greenhouse, we make sure that we can have a consistent amount of light on the crop or the needed amount of light on the crop, the quantity. We can control the quantity perfectly. And then for the indoor facility, we control the spectrum. Last but not least is actually our recent product called Heliocare. This individual here, since we have 13 years of experience with this, we know exactly the crop. We are photobiologists. So we are actually offering such solution to our customers as well by holding their hand in the first 1 or 2 years of the production, making sure that they optimize the production using our total solution, Heliospectra total solution. So this is actually the different categories of our products, the lighting products. You can see the product Mitra on the left, which is the most powerful light today out in the market. We introduced it in June this year. We have Elixia on the second one, which is the smart lighting where we can just make variable adjustment on the spectrum. Again, depends on the time of the day and the top of the crop. One example would be, depends on where the seed comes from. For example, let's just say that you're producing any type of crop. The seed comes from Colombia, for example. We can manipulate, we can actually simulate exactly the light that is happening in Colombia, making sure that seeds grow in its potential. Normally, when you have like on-off system today in the greenhouses, you are not able to do any of those adjustments. So we make sure we get the highest quality and bring the crop to its potential when it comes to the quality, taste, flavor, chemical content, and everything. We have product Sierra, which is actually designed for vertical farming setups. And at the end, we have product Dyna. This is the only 9 wavelength channel, which is designed for research and active purpose. If I show you something about the configuration of Mitra, Mitra is actually coming with a very versatile, so this is very much of a, I would say, revolutionary design because we can have like a square configuration for indoor setups for, let's say, cannabis or any type of herbs here on the left side. Or it is modular, we can just do it for the greenhouse. And the setup would look like this on the greenhouse with the least obscuring the sun and the most powerful light that you can get out there. These are all connected to our Heliocore system, our control automation. We make sure that the full control is actually in the hand of the growers. I just want to kind of walk you through a little bit of a milestone about the company, 2018 and 19. So in January 2018, we introduced our horticulture services. We call them Heliocare. And it was very much liked by the growers. There are many growers around the world that would love to just have access to this. We are helping them to just make the right decisions and also making the right strategy in order to grow their crop and improving the quality. May last year, we partnered with ABB. Together with the ABB, we are basically offering the full solution, including electrification, which is one of the main headaches when it comes to greenhouses, as well as we are working on developing some sort of control and automation platform using ABB's kind of already AI platforms. We introduced product Sierra June last year, and we repositioned Heliospectra as basically a B2B, very much of a strong knowledge and a thought leader in the industry. November last year, we moved to our tier 1 supplier. So we made sure that we can actually offer our solution and also we can offer the volume as well as quality. This was a very good move for the company. So we could actually work with large volumes. And our new tier 1 supplier is actually based in Sweden, South Sweden. In June this year, we established Heliospectra Canada, where I am in. We are building a team here, given the legalization of cannabis here, as well as demand for food due to the fact that so many of the food growers, they switch to production of cannabis. We would like to be very close to our customers, make sure that we can harvest those opportunities. Also, at the same time, we open an office in Japan because actually Japan is a country when it comes to vertical farming, every single country they're looking up to them. And so we are establishing ourselves with a strong team in Japan. We also introduced our product Detta, as I mentioned, this June. And October this year, we received the largest order of LED, around 72 million Swedish crown, from one of the best actually tomato growers, which is actually totally based on renewable electricity out in Australia in production of tomato, with called Nectar Farms. Just to wrap it up, we have a diverse, experienced team. Hans is there with you. This is the management team of the company that we are working with the developing of our software, our hardware. We deal with our marketing, how we work, actually reach out to our market, how we are kind of basically putting all these solutions, light, control, as well as services into one solution. Also working with very much of a tier 1 suppliers. So just to make it just to wrap it up and conclude before Hans presents the rest, is that our ambition is to just bring in the total solution which is very favorable ROI, return on investment by customers. We are combining lighting, control and automation, as well as the services, making sure that the quality of the crop and that the yield is optimized to its best. Hans?
Ja, hej. Jag har valt att lyfta fram lite siffror för att belysa företaget, var vi är i dagsläget och hur det har sett ut den senaste tiden. Och det man kan se här, de grå staplarna, det är orderingången, så kan man se att det har gått från 22 miljoner i 2016 upp till 48 miljoner i 2018. Så det har varit ett ganska hög tillväxt redan innan. Men om man går bort här på högersidan så har jag lagt till vilka order som jag fått in och pressreleasat sedan kvartalsskiftet med de officiella siffrorna här. Och om man tar den stapeln och lägger på här så ser ni att det har tagit en väldig fart på försäljningen, på orderingången i företaget. Och hur har bolaget lyckats med detta då? Jo, mycket av hemligheten bakom detta är ju att vi lägger ganska mycket pengar på fasta kostnader i bolaget. Kanske låter lite ovanligt så, men om man kan säga att vi lägger på 50 miljoner ganska konstant här, men det är en vridning som sker så att vi ökar på personalen och drar ner på övriga fasta kostnader. Och nu när omsättningen sätter fart så kan man se ganska tydligt att vi har en väldigt skalbar affärsmodell. De här kostnaderna, de ligger och tuffar på 50 miljoner, medan nu kan vi ta in betydligt större ordrar och sälja för mer. Och vad detta också möjliggör med de kostnader vi har, det är att vi har en etablerad utvecklingsavdelning med produktutveckling och även forskning som vi satsar mycket på. Och det är så vi vill skilja oss från konkurrenterna, genom att ha kompetens ända ner bland biologer och programmerare och LED-utvecklare då. För att kunna härbärgera den här stora ökningen så går vi nu ut och tar in mer kapital till företaget. Vi behöver bygga vidare på försäljningsorganisationen i Kanada, USA, Japan i första hand. Vi behöver också öka på lagret lite grann. Det krävs lite rörelsekapital för detta. Och sen satsar vi också mycket på vår control and automation-avdelning. Det händer ju väldigt mycket inom det här och vi vill ligga i framkanten. Det gäller att lyssna på grödorna helt enkelt. Vi har en bra, stabil ägarbild. Vi har Veland som har varit med oss i många år som har 39%. Vi har Adma Förvaltnings AB härifrån Malmö som har kommit in på senare tid. Och vi har Midrock som har också varit med oss en längre tid. Och det är en väldig styrka som ni förstår att ha ägare som tror på oss och förstår vilken framtid det finns inom livsmedel nu med tanke på urbanisering och vertikal farming som Ali nämnde. Ja, nästa. Ja, det var väl det.
Ja.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Hans. We have a few short questions before you leave the stage. I wanted to bring attention to the massive order that you got in earlier this autumn, and that's the biggest in your company history. And it's exciting not only for its size, but also because it's for a food crop. Grow lights have been traditionally associated with cannabis, but this is for tomato crop. And do you think this is your big break into food crops?
It is, but this is the thing. I think this is a sign that we are in the right direction. During the last 3 years, we made a lot of changes on Heliospectra to be able to work with the large food crop production, as well as, of course, the same solution can go to cannabis. We are very much crop agnostic. I mean, if you look at it, 13 years ago, we started as a research company in Borås, and today we are a full, scalable commercial company. So, changing, there are a couple of things that is actually a key. One of them is actually working with a tier 1 supplier to enable us to just work with a larger volume. Number 2 is that the design of the new product that we have, the Västra, which is specifically designed for greenhouse in a large operation, also indoor operation. These two, hand in hand with the collaboration with ABB, understanding about the electricity installation, it actually put us in a position that we can work much more confident and much more comfortably with the larger food growers. Definitely, as I always say, is that a small kind of food growing facility like tomato facility is almost equal to the large cannabis growing facility. We consume more food than cannabis, so basically we are trying to just make sure that we kind of expand in the food, but without losing our momentum in the cannabis and the medical business.
You have highlighted that it's a big advantage for your company that you changed suppliers last year. And we've seen in the sales that you've done that you have actually bumped up the gross margin. But if you look at your markets, which are in North America, in Australia, Asia, does it make sense really to have all your production in Sweden, or should you produce a little bit all over the place?
That's a very good question. So one thing is that for sure is production in Sweden close to us. We can bring the Swedish technology, we can bring Swedish quality to our customers, and and that's actually one of the key basically differentiators compared to most of our competitors that are either producing in the US or actually the majority producing in Asia, in China mainly. But more we learn, more we work, more larger volume comes, we can actually consider it. It depends on the business case to just expand and diversify our production. But right now, our focus is on really bringing the highest quality product with a much more basic competitive price to the market using our basic Swedish engineering, Swedish production facility that we have in Sweden.
Okay. Thanks. And you highlighted before that the Mitra, which is a new product, it addresses a slightly different market segment than your previous models. How instrumental do you think this is in finding new markets?
Very much instrumental. I mean, our legacy product that we developed, as I said, it started this product designed for research. I mean, since the philosophy was for researching and variable spectrum, we made the product it's a very high quality product, but so we had to compromise on the power and the quality. So basically, with Mitra, we actually created a product that you can get the much higher, basically micromole of light per kilowatt hour, and that is exactly what mass and the volume industry they need. So with this, we have actually a full spectrum of the product for basically supplying to different type of market segments. It is extremely important when we work with especially with the large growing kind of greenhouse growers, make sure that you have a product that is versatile and is easy to install and is powerful. And that's exactly what Mitra is.
And just to round off here, I want to just highlight that your equity raise is still going on. The last day, subscription day for participating in your new share issue is tomorrow, I suppose. And depending on your broker, it might be even as early as tonight. So back onto your computers and sign up for equity in Heliospectra. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Hans.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.